Hello.
How you doing?
This is Lori,
This is Peter.
and we're with Action Heroes LA, the subsidiary of Heroes Character Rental Service, with our latest review of
Ambulance.
Ambulance, the Michael Bay film that came out a few weeks ago. It's been out for a few weeks now, starring Jake Gyllenhaal or Gyllenhaal? Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal.
Okay. Yaha Abdul Mateen. Never heard of him. Yeah. And Eliza Gomez. As I said, it was directed by Michael Bay, but an interesting name, and why I kind of picked this movie to watch is written by Chris Fidek. And I'll get to it.
Okay.
So, do you want to talk about it, or you want to know why I was interested in Chris Fidek?
No, I want to find that out.
Chris Fidek was the co-creator of the TV show and one of the main writers of the TV show Chuck.
Oh, okay.
One of my all-time favorite shows.
I love that show.
Yeah. So I wanted to check out. He's doing a Michael Bay movie. So let's roll. So what do you think? What do you want to say about Ambulance?
Well, Ambulance was actually a pretty good movie, except for two things.
What?
It was really long,
Yeah.
and the real payoff part. Yeah, they thought we were stupid.
Oh, why do you say?
Because the truck didn't look like the other trucks.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I didn't. That was. It was done. It was funny. The
Yes.
scene where
Yes.
they make it not look was a comedy. Great. It was a funny comedy moment, but it make no sense plot wise.
Yes.
Well, let's get into it. So, Ambulance is about. It's about. What is it about? It's been weird. It's been a while since I watched it.
Well,
no, it's about there's a guy who is a former military, and his brother is Jake Gyllenhaal, a black guy who was let's get his name, Yaha Abdul Mateen.
Yeah, that was
He
the
gets
black
out.
guy.
They were adopted by some like criminal bank robber mastermind kind of guy and raised. And at some point, the black guy like he didn't like that life, so he got out, went in the military, became a hero. But he's his wife. They just had a baby, and his wife needs a certain experimental surgery, and his insurance won't cover it. So he goes back to his brother, Jake Gyllenhaal, to ask him to borrow some money.
Couple hundred thousand.
But Jake Gyllenhaal says, "Well, I can't give you any money because it's all tied up and stuff. But we're about to do a bank job. We're about to do a bank robbery, and I need you." I can get you your money that way if you team up for this bank job, because you're the best guy from this crew of people I put together. I need you on this.
Yeah, but they stole that part of the script.
They stole that part of the script.
Yeah, wasn't there a movie? What was that? Speed or something?
And I will give this, like, I was interested in Chris Fidek. What I know about Chris Fidek, he's been trying to, I know he wants to make another, God damn, I can't think of the movie, with Bruce Willis in the building. Die Hard.
Die Hard.
He absolutely loves Die Hard, and I kept thinking about that for this movie. He would love to make another Die Hard. He tried here, in a way. Die Hard and an Ambulance, basically. Think about it.
Well, if he would have hired me, I could have made some feet for him, and he can run across the glass.
Okay. He used a lot of Die Hard stuff in Chuck. Anyway, but let's get back to this. So he decides to go ahead. He's desperate for the money. All kinds of stuff goes wrong with the bank robbery. They end up hijacking an ambulance, and that's where the rest of the movie takes place in the ambulance. I will give this movie credit. It's suspenseful. It keeps you on the edge of your seat.
Yes, it does.
And it's action packed, and it's a lot of fun in that respect. It's kind of like you said, the payoff is.
Well, I tell you, it was a long movie.
It was too long, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when you say edge of your seat,
Yeah.
I was actually on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
watching this movie because it was
nonstop.
really good.
Yeah, a lot of things, like a lot of sequences and a lot of development. She's like, oh, that's pretty good. You know, and that's Chris Fedak knows how to do that. He really
Yes.
knows how to build kind of action
Yes.
and suspense and like, oh, what's going to happen next? Oh, you know, and keep you engaged in that way. But I thought, you know, the whole storyline with the black guy and he was trying to, you know, he needs money for his family. I mean, I did like that aspect in that it made him, he had to make a moral decision. He
Yes.
was always, he was always conflicted morally throughout the movie. So that's interesting. It's always interesting. But it's kind of like, you know where it's going. You know, you kind of know, okay, he's going to be the hero in the, spoiler alert, he's going to be the hero in the end. And you're just waiting to see how that works out. And I thought it's a little cliched for me.
Yes, there was a lot of cliches, but like you were saying, this movie was so well made.
Yeah.
And
So
everything just had me on the end of my seat.
it's like the sequence of events is really well thought out, except for the painting of the ambulance. At one point.
Even kind of before that, it was like, wait a minute, okay, they figured out that this was a move that they made in the military.
Okay.
But even if they hadn't have done anything, it wouldn't have worked.
Oh, what?
And all these cops or especially this one cop who was so smart, so on to everything, all of a sudden he was stupid as rocks.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is these kind of movies and a lot of stuff I'm fine. Like, I don't think too hard about the plot unless it's just like really just, or like, does that make sense too much? I sometimes if I'm having a good time and they're doing enough to keep me on the edge of my seat, it has to be a really stupid thing to do it.
Yeah, for me, I was on the edge of my seat and then I kind of went,
oh, okay.
Here we go.
You're tapping out.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, so I want to get to like I said, I enjoyed it, but it is a Michael Bay movie, and I knew that going in, so I knew to expect some kind of Michael Bayisms, which he can be. I find his filmmaking annoying. It's too much movement and flash and not enough substance. And I swear to God, and I think he had Superman as a cameraman on this because there was so much swooping up and down and swishing past this and flying past that. I was like, come on, dude. And then that's the way it's edited too. Yeah. I mean, it's edited. Yeah. It's so chopped up. It's chopped up to and it keeps you kind of like, that's part of keeping you on the edge of your seat, but you can't really track what's going on sometimes. And I hate that kind of filmmaking, that you can't track, other than when he's swooping in when Superman's got the camera, and those scenes are like, there's no point to them really. Yeah. And so, other than this will look cool.
Well, and it did.
Yeah, it looked cool.
But after a while, like you said, I was going,
it's exhausting.
Is that another drone that he's using?
Right.
Because it just kept going and
it's
going.
It's over the top.
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah, and you do that every time you see a Michael Bay movie. You're like, all right, that's enough, dude. Can you dial it back? But he's not going to, so that's why I was like, I'm just gonna sit through this. I know what we're gonna get, but still, even so, I was prepared, but I was still exhausted by the end of this, just from the filmmaking aspect. So anyway, but there's a lot of good performances in this. I liked everybody. Jake Gyllenhaal gets to chew a lot of scenery with his character. I like the Eliza Gonzalez. I think she played the paramedic, and she was very, a paramedic who was really kind of tough and good at her job. I liked her interactions and her decision making that she did. During the whole sequence of events and stuff like that.
Well, I think the way she chose to bring the character out and relate the character to us was very good.
Yeah,
very
yeah.
good.
good, it's a good strong character. But yeah, yeah. I mean, it's an enjoyable movie. So
Yes,
any
it
other thoughts on? What do you think of they had the Mexican gangs at the end?
I didn't like a lot of it.
I didn't.
I
Yeah,
was
they
like, come
involved.
on.
Yeah, I think they could have. They didn't really need that
No.
aspect,
No.
unless I mean this is kind of like showcasing Los Angeles too.
Yes.
There's a lot of LA, parts of LA,
Yes.
and I think that maybe they wanted to color that this is a Los Angeles movie, and
Yes.
that's not that Mexican gangs are part of it, but the Latino population is a big part of it.
But you know what? I think.
But then
could
they were
have
all like the
made-
bad guys, which sucked.
Yeah. And I
know?
think they.
Well, she's a Gonzalez. She was the one good.
Yeah. But I think they could have been a lot more smarter in the way things were portrayed.
Yeah. In
Um,
terms of what things.
Well, especially the Hispanic gang.
Yeah.
They.
I mean, yeah.
I think they made them smart in some ways and very cliche in the other ways.
Yeah.
And then nothing in the middle.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So I mean, that's yeah. That's there's some problems, some stuff with that. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, it was a good watch. I would have been okay going to the movies to see this.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have been pissed off that I spent money, but I'm kind of glad it's on. We did a video on demand.
Yes.
And watched it here instead. So it was worth it. I mean, I could say wait for cable. Although I don't know, like the suspense and stuff, but it does work better on a big screen than watching it on TV. You think?
You know what? I do think
It would probably
will
be better in the theater
in the
to
theater.
watch this, but I go to a matinee.
Yeah.
You can do this one on a matinee. So anyway, that's Ambulance. It is out. It is still in the theaters. It is also available for video on demand. So if you got a big enough screen, you can watch it at home. It's great enough to watch at home and stuff. So
Yes.
anyway, we out.
We are out.
We out like a ambulance running from the cops with a couple bank robbers in the back.
You know, they didn't turn on their whalers enough.
Oh, that's another whole. I had to come before we end this. Another annoying thing Michael Bay did. This was like I said, there are just moments you go, come on, the helicopters.
Yeah.
I mean, we live in Los Angeles. There are car chases and with helicopters chasing cars all the damn time. And he has them going under bridges, like on top of the cars. It's like they never do that. And so it's
No, but it was cool shots.
It looked
though.
cool, right?
Yeah,
but it's like
cool.
you're kind of like they never do that. They never get that close to the vehicles that they're pursuing.
No.
Never.
But if you're LAPD, do it. That shit looks cool.
It looks cool. Probably scared the shit out of the person who stole the car.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we out. Watch Ambulance and let us know what you think in the comments, okay?
Okay.
Bye. Uh-oh, I'm on the mouse right now and I can't see it. Oh, here it is. Bye, y'all.